Okay, class. So today we are going to do day 3, gender and sexual identities. Okay. So again, welcome to Teen Talk. We're gonna talk to teens. So es conversaciones para jóvenes. Conversaciones para jóvenes. Gender and sexual identities, el género y las identidades sexuales. Okay. So let's get started. Okay, so agreements. Again, guys, agreements. Remember agreements. Agreements. Respect. So we're gonna talk about topics that you might not agree with. Vamos a hablar de temas que tú, por ejemplo, no estás de acuerdo. Pero tenemos que ser respetuosos, ¿ok? Confidentiality. So these presentations were supposed to be in class, but since you're in Zoom, all our cameras are off and all our microphones are off. Todas las cámaras apagadas y los micrófonos. If you want to talk in chat, please. Si quieren hablar en chat. Reporting. I have to report anything if you need help. If you need help, I can report it and you'll get help. Okay? Les puedo ayudar reportando si ocupan ayuda. Communication. Talk to in the chat in the page, anonymous page. Ask questions in the anonymous page, okay? So hagan preguntas en la página que las tengo abierta. So today we're going to talk about pronouns. Hi, my name is Pronoun. My pronouns are. So today we're going to talk about pronouns. Vamos a hablar de pronombres like he, her, she, him, they, them. Por ejemplo, él, ella, ellos. Okay? All right. Okay. So again, guys, respect. Even if you don't agree, we have to respect. Aunque no estén de acuerdo, por favor, respeten. Okay? So we're going to do LGBTQ plus topics, okay? So gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender. So these people are like you. They're human, okay? So we are all equal. Todos somos iguales. No importa cómo eres, quién eres, okay? Regardless of differences, race, color, language, sexual orientation, disabilities, okay? No importa la raza, el color, lenguaje o tu orientación sexual y hasta deshabilidades. No importa, todos somos iguales. And you are not alone, okay? Okay, so this conversation is for understanding. Esta conversación es para entender a las personas. Okay, so let's start with a video. Vamos a empezar con un video. And I forgot to open it. Okay. Am I sharing sound? Yes. Three minutes. So they're showing objects. So look, a football. Is a football feminine or male? Masculine or feminine? A football. And the genderometer says male. People usually think that sports are for males. A car ranch, like to do mechanica or mechanic stuff. Is that a male or female tool? Who uses that? Males or females? So usually people say male. Ballet is female. Babies are females. Cars, trucks are males.
My family always
Barbies.
raised me to try to be tough. If they would happen to see me like as a kid playing with Barbies, they would take away that Barbie and like pass me like a male toy.
I've had a lot of experiences where people told me like there's certain things I couldn't do because I'm a girl. Like construction, for example. I'd be like, oh, there's a lot of money in construction, I should do that. But my dad would be like, oh no, it's not suitable for girls, that's why you can't do that.
I like building things, I like putting up drywall, I like painting. I think a lot of people portray me as like a really girly girl, and like I like dressing up and stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I can't do that.
Dad will take me out and just teach me the basics. He's, all right, son, I'm gonna teach you how to jump a car today. But he's actually never taught my sister how to do that. Why does a girl need to learn how to jump a car? That's for guys. Why does a girl need to learn how to mow a lawn? That's a guy thing.
Well, I come from a Latino family, and you know, in my dad's eyes, a woman has to work, has to clean the house, they have to take care of the kids, they gotta wash the dishes, and that's what women are for.
I was really interested in hip-hop culture, and I really like drawing and writing, so I could do like this type of graffiti art. But it's like, basically it's like, you can't do that stuff because you're a girl. I've had guys come up to me where they're like, oh, who did that for you? I'm like, I did it myself.
There's been a lot of activities that I wish I could do. Like, for example, they were holding this yoga class in my school, you know, but since I saw a bunch of girls taking it, like a lot of girls taking it, and like I would be the only dude, I have like somebody inside of me telling me like, don't, because you'll later regret it.
I actually felt kind of awkward being in theater at first because I thought, oh, this is a very gay guy thing, which I'm wrong. I mean, I was wrong. Admittedly, I was wrong. In fact, I'm the only one that we know of that's gay. We'll see.
In lower school, I participated in a choir, and I was sort of just one of the few guys in there, one of the 3 guys. And so people are like, oh, he's gay, and, you know, he's a pussy, he sings. I mean, I stopped. I mean, because, I mean, at a young age, when people make fun of you, it really gets to you. I mean, I really enjoyed being in the choir, and it was a lot of fun. And it would have been nice to, you know, go for a few more years.
Okay, so they're talking that they were saying that society dictates who they should be. If you're a guy, you should be playing with cars, masculine stuff, okay? If you're a female, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be cooking or doing something feminine. Estaban diciendo que los hombres tienen que jugar con juguetes de hombres, tienen que ser cosas masculinas. Mientras las mujeres tienen que ser cosas de mujeres, como de limpieza. Eso es lo que dice la sociedad. Y dicen que no está bien eso. Okay? Continue. Gender and sexual identities. Okay, so gender, male, female, or maybe there's more. Okay? Género son hombre y mujer, o quizás hay más. Identities. Everyone has a different identity that comes together in different ways. So identity is who you are. ¿Quién eres? Identidad. ¿Quién eres? So your race, your color, your language, your mannerism, okay? So tu lenguaje, tu color, tu cultura, cómo te conductas. Okay, identities. So biological sex is what you're born. You're born with a male or female. Como naces mujer o hombre. Gender identity. Okay. How do you identify yourself? ¿Cómo te identificas? Then even though you're born male or female, maybe you identify something else. Te puedes identificar en otra manera. De identidad de diferente manera. Okay. So gender expression. So gender expression, you express yourself as what? Female, male, or neither. So, ¿cómo te expresas? ¿Mujer, hombre, o ni uno de los dos? Sexual orientation. So what is your orientation? Are you a straight male, a straight female, gay, lesbian, transgender? There's many orientations, okay? LGBTQ plus community. Okay. So biological sex, sexo biológico, body parts, hormones, and DNA chromosomes. So biological, como naciste, biológico, biological, how you were born. Okay, using respectful language, list any female anatomy terms you can remember. So remember last time we were doing anatomy, we were working on the female reproductive system. So let's see. So we have a female reproductive system. What do you remember? Vagina, ovaries, ovula, okay? What else? So a female is created by estrogen. They become a woman with estrogen. Estrogen, the chemical, helps you develop into a woman, estrogen. So estrógeno te ayuda a las mujeres, ese químico en nuestro cuerpo, en el cuerpo de ellas, les ayuda a desarrollarse. Okay. And they are XX chromosomes in DNA, okay? So women, this is DNA and they are XX. Using respectful language, list any male anatomy terms you can remember. Let's see. We talked about testicles, penis, sperm cells. Okay. So here is a picture, a drawing. And boys are developed with testosterone chemical in their body. So when they hit puberty, testosterone hits. So el testosterone ayuda a desarrollar al hombre. Okay. And men are XY chromosome. Okay. So only your sperm has XY chromosome. So it's up to the guys to have a boy or a girl for girls, okay? Es nomás el hombre tiene X, Y en su ADN y es lo del responsabilidad del hombre si tiene un hombre o mujer con su pareja, un baby hombre o mujer, okay? No es de la mujer, es del hombre. Being born with a mixture of typical male and female body parts, hormones, and DNA. So there's people that are born with both, okay, both. Hay personas que nacen con mezcla, los dos, okay? We're not going to show a picture of that. No vamos a enseñar un dibujo de eso. So there's people that are born sin diferencia, indifferent. So either they have both parts or they have, so 5 weeks, Y chromosome, and typically male. Let me see. And typical female. So in 5 weeks of pregnancy, you'll develop male or female. Okay. So en cinco semanas del embarazo van a desarrollar el género, hombre o mujer. But occasionally things happen, okay? Hay ocasionalidades que pasan algo y puedes nacer con dos. Una mezcla de un poco de dos. You can be born with a mixture of both, okay? So let's watch a short video again. Un video corto. And it's this one. 3 minutes.
I think that I have felt like I don't fit into a specific gender for my entire life. When someone asks me, are you a girl or boy, I say I'm a girl because that's who I am biologically. I've always been told to mark the box that says girl. I mean, to check girl, it's saying that you look like a girl, you dress like a girl, you talk like a girl, you like guys. And once I check that box, that's who I'm supposed to be, but that's not who I am. Look at this. I mean, it comes up every day. Going to the bathroom, I have to decide whether I want to go to the male restroom or the female restroom. And buying clothes, I have to go to the boys section or the girls section of the store. It just feels like everywhere you go, there are gender messages. There's no real way to make a decision in the world without having to think about gender.
Like, they make sure every product has its counterpart in boys and girls. This is for someone who's trying to be sexy and, you know, exciting and like cheerleadery, and this is for like sporty person.
Right. And it's exactly the same active ingredients.
Yeah.
You know, you have aluminum, zirconium in both of them, the same percentage.
Yeah.
The purpose is antiperspirant. I mean, they're pink, they have hearts, they have flowers.
Fishing, outdoors, roughing it kind of stuff.
Girl, 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 boy, girl, girl, boy, 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 boy.
Women's backpack, designed and sized specifically for women.
Pastel golf balls. I'm not a traditional girl, and at the same time, I never felt like I was a traditional guy. A lot of times I've thought maybe I'm just transgender, maybe I am really a guy, but I don't think I would fit there either. Because transgender is when you're born either biologically male or biologically female, but you identify as the opposite gender. So you are still fitting into the traditional gender boxes, you're just not fitting into the one that you were born as. And to me, genderqueer, which is how I identify as, is when you are more in the middle, where you're not just switching genders, you're just moving beyond gender. But society is set up in a way where there really is only two genders, and once you start trying to break those gender roles, it makes people scared.
Okay, so she was talking about that you have to be a boy or a girl. Está hablando de que tienes que ser un niño o una niña cuando naces. So in the store, society has always boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. And you have to be either boy or girl. Cuando vas a las tiendas, hay niño, niña, niño, niña. Tienes que ser niño, niña. So she identifies as transgender. She says she never really belonged in the girl section, even though she was born a girl. Nunca se identificó como una niña, aunque nació una niña. Okay. Gender identity. Okay. How you feel internally and socially. So your identity, tu identidad. How do you feel about yourself? Do you feel like a girl or a boy? And socially, like around you, your friends, your family. ¿Cómo te identificas? ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Te sientes como un niño o una niña? Con tus amigos, con tu familia. Okay, socialmente. How do we know when another person's gender is? How do we know what another person's gender is? ¿Cómo sabemos que esa persona es hombre o mujer? ¿Cómo? How do we know? They tell us. So we cannot assume someone's gender identity by the way they look, talk, or act. So this girl, she doesn't dress. If you just saw her in the store, would you be able to know that's a boy, that's a girl? Okay, so they have to tell us communication, communicate with your friends, with the people. If you really are curious, it's because you're friends with them or, you know, so communication, talk to them. Okay, another video, it's short. Otro video, está corto.
In my community, it's really actually very socially acceptable to say things like, oh, that's gay, and, you know, you're a fag, and there's a lot of...
Faggot. Do you guys know what that means? That's actually very extremely disrespectful. Because basically a faggot means like a bundle of sticks that you throw into a fire so that you can burn. So basically when you tell somebody that they're a faggot, it's like, do you really want them to die? Okay. And just letting you guys know, okay? Can you guys mute yourself, please? ¿Se pueden poner mute? Mute. Thank you. Okay.
Anti-gay sentiment that goes around. A lot of times the big joke was to make fun of the other team, or like, oh, this guy can't run because he had gay sex last night. Like, you know, I'll put it modestly. If you're the one that sits there and is like, oh, that's not funny, guys, that's not cool. You know, are you gay? Nobody on my cross-country team that I know of knows that I'm gay. A friend of mine who's straight, who doesn't know I'm gay, asks me about this girl and that girl. Why are you hiding this? Why are you hiding it? No,
because I'm cold,
no,
baby.
show it. I won't say, oh, I'm gay, blah, blah, blah. I'll just say, yeah, you know, she's hot or whatever, you know. I don't know, I guess I'm a pretty good actor, but I don't have any interest in girls, period. You know, I'm not bisexual or anything. And yet I still play it off quite a bit. I'm 18 years old. It's a lot of me that I still have to cover up. I can't even take my boyfriend to prom without being jumped. A couple years ago, one of my friends took his boyfriend to prom, and they were slow dancing and they kissed, and a group of guys came over and basically jumped them, tackled them. That's why I didn't take my boyfriend to prom this year, because I have that same fear. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just go anyway, just have some fun time with my friends. And it ended up, you know, being kind of an upsetting experience because, you know, prom, you know, it's prom, it's made with that kind of romantic feel, you know. You know, you see all of the straight couples dancing and kissing and everything, and everyone has their guy or girl there, everything, and it's like, what about me, you know? I'm just kind of, I have a boyfriend and he's 20 minutes away, but he's not here. There was just a piece of that night missing, a huge piece.
Okay, so he's saying that you can't even tell that he's gay. He doesn't act gay, he doesn't dress gay. Nunca supieras que él es gay, no se mira gay, no se viste gay, no actúa gay. But he says that he is not afraid, but people don't really respect, like in his prom, they beat him up. He's afraid to get beat up. Él tiene miedo de que lo golpeen cuando lo miren. But we need to be respectful to everyone. They're not bothering you. Y no se están molestando, déjalos en paz. No te están molestando. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. They're not bothering you. Who cares? It's their life, not yours. Es su vida, no la tuya. Okay? So we have to be respectful. Respetuosos. Okay? So Kendrick Lamar, wait, I got a chat. He's the type of gay people like they don't put their whole character over how they're gay. That's true. So he doesn't, I don't need to show that I'm gay to be gay, kind of thing, the guy. Okay, so let's move on. So Kendrick Lamar, hip hop artist. And we have Ian Harvey, comedian. So there's two guys right here. Two guys, they're men. Okay, so Kendrick Lamar was assigned male at birth and identifies as a man. Okay, cisgender, that means he is a cisgender. He is a man and identifies as a man. Cisgender. Okay? And this guy, Ian Harvey, he was born a female at birth and identifies as a man. So that makes him a transgender. Okay? So para decirlo en español, este artista nació hombre y se identifica como hombre y por eso es cisgénero. Este hombre nació mujer y ahora se identifica como hombre y eso se le llama transgénero. Okay? Okay, so women, mujeres. Constance Wu is an actress, es una actriz. And Jazz Jennings, TV personality, sale en la tele. I've seen her show. It's a very good show. I recommend her show. It's a very good show. Tiene un programa de tele y está muy bueno el show. Okay, so this artist was born a female and identifies as a woman still. So that's cisgender. Era mujer y todavía es mujer. Cisgénero. Okay. Jazz, on the other hand, she was born a male at birth and identifies as a woman. So that means she's a transgender woman. Ella nació un hombre y se convirtió en mujer y ahora es transgénero. Okay. It's a very good show, guys. I recommend seeing her show. She grew up with, so she has a normal life. She has 2 older brothers, a mom and a dad. Why did she become a girl before she even hit puberty? She always felt that she was a woman. So Jazz tiene una familia normal. Tiene padre, madre y 2 hermanos. ¿Por qué se convirtió en mujer? Ella siempre se sintió mujer desde que era niña. Okay. Cisgender and transgender. So we have masculine and feminine, male and woman, okay? Just take a look at that chart. Okay, so that's the sex that you're born with and what you go as now. Cis on the same side, del mismo lado. Okay, so you're born a male and you become a man. You're born a female, you become a woman. Naciste masculino, te conviertes en hombre. Naciste femenina, en femenino, el género, y te conviertes mujer. Eso es cis. That's cis. Trans, across. Trans. You were born a female, naces mujer, you become a man, te haces hombre. You are born a male, and you become a woman, naces hombre, te conviertes mujer. Like Jazz. Jazz is male to female. Jazz, she was born a male, but became a female. Okay? Okay. Transicionándose. Some trans people might socially transition, name and pronouns. So, unas personas se transicionan socialmente con sus pronombres. He, she, them, they. Okay? Él, ella, ellos. And or medical transition. So Jazz did an operation. Okay? Jazz. She took estrogen. So Jazz, ella se operó y estaba tomando medicina, estrogena. Okay? Hormones, gender-affirming surgeries. So, hormones, hormonas y cirugía que afirma el género. Okay? So take a look at the show if you're more curious of Jazz. I don't know where I haven't seen that show in a while, but it's usually in YouTube. It should be in YouTube. Puede estar en YouTube los videos. Okay. Why might a trans person choose to not medically transition? Why? Why won't they want to change their body with hormones or surgery? So somebody that's trans, alguien que es trans, no, a veces no quieren cambiarse su cuerpo con medicina o operaciones. ¿Por qué? Cost, the money, el dinero, fear, miedo, access. Where can I go? What? I don't know what to do. Acceso, no sé dónde ir. ¿Qué es lo que tengo que hacer? They just don't want to. They just don't want to, no quieren, nomás se quieren quedar así. Okay? So, trans, an umbrella term for people whose biological sex does not match their gender identities. So, trans is an umbrella term. That means like lots of words. So, lots of people identify as trans, okay? Hay muchas personas que se identifican como trans y es alguien que no son como nacieron. This includes transgender women, transgender men, hombre, mujer, transgéneros, and non-binary identities, no binarias. That means they don't, they're not woman or man. No se sienten hombre o mujer. So they're like, why gender? Why? What's the point? Why do we have to be male or female just because I was born male or female? ¿Por qué tengo que ser hombre o mujer nomás porque nací hombre o mujer? No quiero ser nada. So that's a lot of people. Okay. Okay. Another video. It's short video. And that's the last video for the presentation. Es el último video de la presentación. No, it's not. Sorry. This video is about a trans person, okay?
Growing up, I've always felt like I was different from everybody. I've always felt more feminine than other boys. My dad's Ray Sr. and I'm Ray Jr. So I guess he expected me to be more like him. Bye. When I was about like 10 years old and people started noticing how I acted and how I'm very feminine and I don't know, people, they were really judgmental. They were like, oh, why are you acting that way? And I just said, I don't know, it's just the way I am. I mean, my voice has always been high-pitched. It never changed. Ever since I was little, I've always talked like this. When I got to middle school, I felt like I was forced to like look the way a boy is supposed to look like, a straight guy, how a straight guy would dress. So when I started high school, I wanted to, I guess, come out to everybody that I am who I am, and you're gonna have to accept it no matter what. So I came out to everybody at school as a transgender.
Oh, when I first met Ray, I thought he was kind of like metrosexual, like, oh, wow, because he kind of dressed like a gay guy, and I'm like, I kind of figured he was. So like, and then next thing you know, he plucked his eyebrows and he drew on them. And I was like, oh, why did you do that? You know, you should let me do that too, because he messed it up.
I kind of messed it up, and people were really giving me a hard time about that.
I wasn't sure that if he was a guy or girl or not, because I never seen anything like that before coming from where I'm from. But he was like hella cool, so it really didn't matter.
Nothing different, you know? He's just a regular dude. Acts like anybody else.
Okay. So this video is about a transgender woman that was born a male. Este video es de un hombre que se convirtió en mujer. Y eso es transgénero. Okay? So again, guys, we need to be respectful and mature to these presentations. Tenemos que ser respetuosos y maduros con estas presentaciones, okay? This is just understanding, entendiendo. So Miley Cyrus, she identifies as non-binary. Did you guys know that? She identifies as non-binary. Even though she identifies as non-binary, she still likes to be called she, her. Ella se identifica no binario, pero todavía le gusta que le llamen ella, así como en ella. This person, look, he is also non-binary. También no se identifica como hombre o mujer. And he prefers they, them, as in no gender. So he doesn't want to be called, the person doesn't want to be called she or he. So I shouldn't say he wants to be called. No, I should say they don't want to be called. Okay. So ella. It's not él. Eso no es él. No sé cómo se dice así. Es ella. So Miley Cyrus is gender neutral. No particular gender identity. So she doesn't identify as a boy or girl. She can be a boy. She can be a girl one day, whatever she feels like. So ella dice que no se siente como hombre o mujer. Que ella es lo que ella quiere cuando ella quiere. Si se siente como mujer ese día, va a ser mujer. Si se siente como hombre, va a ser hombre. Esa es su vida. Okay. So gender non-conforming. Non-conforming. Not sticking to a binary idea of gender. So this person does not believe in woman or male. No se sienten como mujer o hombre. Así que no dicen, no soy mujer, soy hombre. No. They just say, I'm a person. They just say, son una persona. Nomás son una persona. No son hombre o mujer, soy una persona. I'm not a him or her, I'm a person. Okay? So they, them. Okay, so I was looking at Miley Cyrus information. So she's gender fluid. Gender fluid people are people whose gender changes over time. So ella cambia su género por el tiempo. No restrictions, no restricciones, okay? She might identify as a woman today and a man tomorrow. Ella se puede identificar como yo soy mujer ahora y mañana digo soy hombre. So that's her, okay, Miley Cyrus. Gender pronouns, pronombres. She, her, him, he, they, them. So every person wants to be called by their gender pronouns. Cada persona quiere que le llamen por sus pronombres. Ella, él, ele, ella. So for example, in social medias, let me take this off. So in social media, people will write their name and put he, him. So for me, for example, I don't do it, but for example, my name is Luis Alexander Fierro. And I will put he, him. Okay. So maybe somebody else, let's see, maybe Tim. I don't know what Tim. Please mute yourself, please. So a Tim will be, I don't know, any Tims. Maybe they identify as she. Ay, fierro. Who's doing that so that I can kick them out? Okay, I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna remove you. If I remove the wrong one, I apologize. So I remove them. Okay, so what about a Tim? Maybe a Tim identifies them as a she, her. She, her. So, okay, because they identify as a woman, even though they are still man. Okay. So we are all different. So we need to be mature. That's why people put their name and then what do you want to be called? She, her, him, he, or they, them, okay? That's how they identify themselves. And whoever did that, I got your name. I hope it's the right one, the right person. I know what he said. I know what it means. I talk in Spanish. Please be mature. Okay, unsure, ask respectfully. If you're not sure of somebody's gender, you have to ask respectfully. What do you want to, who are you? What do you want to be? What do you want me to call you? Okay. Third gender categories, non-binary gender identities, AKA third gender identities, have existed throughout history and throughout culture. Okay, so this section is talking about many cultures in the world throughout history. They have accepted this, the non-binaries. So hay muchas culturas por entre la historia que han aceptado estas personas que no se sienten como hombre o mujer. So Native North America, Native Hawaiians, Mexico, Pakistan, Oman, Egypt, India, Siberia, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Madagascar, and Samoa. Okay, so look at this. Native Americans. They were called two spirits, somebody with two spirits. Los americanos.
I'm here.
Oh, hey, hello. So, so Native Americans, they're called two spirits. They have both male and female inside of them, okay? They embody the spirit of both man and woman. So I don't know if this is a woman or a man, okay? Se sienten como en americanos, native de americanos, hay personas que se dicen que son dos espíritus, porque tienen dos espíritus, hombre y mujer adentro, okay? And just to clarify, guys, Native Americans are not Indians. A clarificar, los americanos native de América no son indios. Muchas personas le llaman indios, pero no son. They're not Indian. Basically, that happened when they were exploring new lands and they discovered them. They thought they landed in India, but it was Native American. That's why they called Indian. Es que cuando estaban explorando las Américas, pensaron que el bote cayó en India. Por eso le llaman India. No son indios. Okay? So they are nativos americanos. Thank you, student. Thank you. Nativos americanos. So they are healers and marriage counselors. So two spirits were healers and native counselors. Ellos eran curanderos y consejeros de matrimonio. Okay? That was their role. Okay, so I'm going to put a short video. So about Hawaiians, Native Hawaiians, de Hawaii. Mahu. Okay? It's pretty long, so I'm going to skip around. Voy a brincarle un poco porque está un poco largo el video. Okay? So this is about Native de Hawaii.
Native Hawaiians have a lot to teach us about our limited approach to gender diversity. Dean Hammer and Joe Wilson a couple of years ago produced a feature on exactly that. Now they are releasing a curriculum in connection with their film, A Place in the Middle. Here's a look.
Okay, let's skip around.
Comment. And other people are themselves.
So there's trans all over the world, on all cultures.
That's the old me before the transition. When I was in high school, I had a very rough time. I was teased and tormented for being too girlish.
To save the world.
Okay, I'm gonna skip
There's
around.
a reason you were born in Hawaii.
Before the coming of foreigners to our islands, we Hawaiians lived in aloha, in harmony with the land and with one another.
Harmony with the land and one another. Armonía con las personas y nuestros alrededores.
Every person had their role in society, whether male, female, or mahu.
So every person has so male, female, mahu. So they're both, okay? Pueden ser de los dos.
Those who embraced both the feminine and masculine traits that are embodied within each and every one of us. Mahu were valued and respected as caretakers, healers, and teachers of ancient traditions. We passed on sacred knowledge from one generation to the next through hula, chant, and other forms of wisdom. When American missionaries
So they were respected, mahu were respected, okay?
Arrived in the 1800s, they were shocked and infuriated by these practices and did everything they could to abolish them. They condemned our hula and chant as immoral. They outlawed our language and they imposed their religious strictures across our lands. But we Hawaiians are a steadfast and resilient people. And so, despite 200 years of colonization and repression, we are still here.
Okay, so they said that they were respected, but then when people came into their lands and abolished their traditions, ellos eran respetados por su cultura, pero personas vinieron a quitarle todo eso porque no estaba bien. Okay, part of religion, parte de la religión. Okay. So we need to be more like the native Hawaiians, very respectful, and everybody has a role in society. So tenemos que ser más como los hawaianos, tenemos que ser respetuosos y cada quien tiene su parte en esta sociedad. Okay. Let me press present. Gender expression. How you communicate your gender to the outside world. So how do you communicate your gender? I got a message in my in the chat where they said that, for example, the guy that is gay, this student likes the way they are because they don't express themselves. They don't express themselves that they're gay. But there are people that are not gay, but express themselves in that fashion. And you're like, wait, what? Okay, so hay personas que no se expresan como que son gay, pero sí lo son. Y hay personas que no son gay, pero se expresan gay. Y estás como, ¿qué? Pero por eso tenemos que hablar, comunicar. That's why we need to talk and communicate. So not everybody's the same. You can communicate in a fashion, but be the complete opposite, okay? So, puedes comunicar tu género de una manera, pero puede ser completamente diferente. Okay? Gender expression is often culturally specific. It interacts with other personal identities, such as race, class, and age. So, gender specific es género específico. You're born a girl, you have to be a girl. You're born a boy, you have to be a boy. Naces mujer, tienes que ser mujer. Naces hombre, tienes que ser hombre. Okay? And many race, class, culture has to do with that. So many families are like, nope, nope, you cannot be. Muchas familias como que no, no puedes, no. So it depends on your race, your class, and your age. So your age, as in you're a teenager, and are you a trans? So remember the boy that turned into a girl in the video, the trans? Her age. At first, she was a boy, and then when she was a teen, she became a girl. So hay como el video, hombres que se convierten en mujeres y es de la edad, como se maduran, cuando se maduran. This means expectations for gender expressions change across different times, periods, places, and communities. Como te expresas cambia donde vives, el tiempo que vives y la comunidad. So the way you act is guided by the way around you, their surroundings. Como actúas es por tu alrededor. Okay? Are you comfortable? ¿Estás a gusto? Or are you not? O no lo estás. Expectations about how people should act and dress based on their gender are often rooted in stereotypes. Like I was saying, how you dress is a stereotype. You have to be a boy. You have to be a girl. Estereotipos son como personas, tienes que ser hombre, tienes que ser mujer. Okay? Pero muchos somos diferentes. A stereotype is an assumption made about a group of individuals that does not apply to everyone, to every member. Okay, so assumptions. So supuesto. I assume that you're a boy, so you need to be a boy. So yo supongo que eres un hombre. Tienes que ser hombre. Okay? We cannot assume somebody's body, gender identity, biological sex, or attractions using stereotypes. So don't judge, don't assume. No asumir, no juzgar. Okay? So there's masculine, manly, boyish, masculino, para varones. Feminine, woman, girly, womanly, girly. Femenina, mujer. Androgynous, they're both or neither, or a mixture. Andrógeno, ambos, ninguno, o mezcla. So how do you express yourself? ¿Cómo te identificas? Or you are non-conforming? ¿No te conformas? Okay. ¿Cómo te expresas? How do you express yourself? So I am masculine. What about you? Yo soy masculino. ¿Tú cómo te identificas? Okay. So gender non-conforming. Describes any gender expression that does not match society, gender's norms, and expectations. Non-conforming gender expression can also look a lot different can look a lot of different ways. Okay? Para decirlo en español, no se ajusta a las normas o expectativas de géneros de la sociedad. Género no conforme. So no hombre o no mujer. Okay. So look at this picture. Esta foto. Is it a girl or a guy? Is it feminine or masculine? Femenino, masculino? I believe it's feminine. Okay, dress, long hair. How about this boy? Is it masculine, feminine? So society will say it's masculine. What about this one in the middle? Are they boy or are they girl? They need to ask this person. I don't want to say he or she because I don't know. No quiero decir que es él o ella porque no sé. Ellos tienen que preguntarle, ¿quién eres? ¿Cómo quieres que te hablemos? Okay? So when you talk, be respectful. Sean respetuosos. Cuando hablan con alguien así, por favor. Respetuosos. Todos somos iguales. Everybody are equals. Well, in the sense that we're human. En la manera que somos todos humanos, con vida. We're alive and we're human. Okay? What might make it difficult for someone to look or act the way they want to? What will make it difficult? ¿Qué puedas hacerlo difícil para alguien presentarse o actuarse como quisiera? Okay, how would you, okay? So because these questions were meant to be asking in class. You're supposed to be in class and we were supposed to have discussions with these questions. Okay, estas preguntas eran para las clases y teníamos que estar en la clase hablando de estas cosas. Okay. Sexual orientation, who you are attracted to, quién te atrae. Okay. So what determines attraction? ¿Qué determina la atracción? Genetics, hormones. There's been limited research, so we don't know yet. ¿Qué determina la atracción? Who do you like? A boy, girl? What do you like? ¿Qué te gusta? ¿Los hombres, las mujeres? No sabemos, todavía no sabemos la razón en el cerebro por qué somos así. We still don't know research from our brain, our thinking of why we are like that, okay? Okay. But we do know that most people know their sexual orientation before puberty. So there is people that they do know. So most people know their sexual orientation before puberty. Antes de que te desarrolles, ya saben si son mujer o hombre, okay? These do not change a person's natural attraction. How someone is raised, conversion therapy. Okay? Okay, so sexual orientations. There's sexual orientations. Heterosexual, bisexual, asexual, queer, hetero-flexible, pansexual, questioning, and gay or lesbian, okay? Heterosexual is also called straight or alguien recto. Mujer le gustan los hombres, hombres le gustan las mujeres. Straight. Hetero-flexible, flexible. Bisexual, they like both, male and female. Le gustan los dos, hombres y mujeres. Okay. Pansexual, a wide range. Algo muy grande, pansexual. So they can fall in love with any one of these. Ellos se pueden enamorar de cualquier persona en esta lista. Okay. Asexual, without sin. Asexual is like you don't have a sex I don't believe I'm a man or a woman. Es cuando no te sientes no te sientes que eres mujer o hombre. Okay? Questioning. Te estás preguntando, no sabes. Are you questioning? Queer. And gay and lesbian. Gay y lesbiana. Okay? We're almost done, guys. Ya me lo acabamos. Same-sex sexual behaviors has been observed and documented in over 1,500 different animal species. Wow. Son más de 1,500 especies de animales se han documentado con el mismo sexo. Wow. So look, 2 lions, 2 leones, 2 male giraffes, 2 male iguanas, birds, fishes, insects, and even penguins. So, hay animales que también se juntan con su misma raza, como los pingüinos. I've heard that penguins, when they will adopt, 2 male penguins will adopt a little baby one. Que 2 hombres pueden adoptar un baby de los pingüinos. Okay? So it's not just humans, it's all animals in the world. No nomás son los humanos. Son todos los animales en el mundo. Todos. Okay? And they still haven't known why. Todavía no sabemos por qué. Okay? List 2 ways we can show respect for others, especially when we don't understand or agree with them. Nombra 2 formas de mostrar respeto para otros, aunque los entendemos o no estamos de acuerdo en todo. So we need to be respectful. Let me see the other slide. Okay. So we need to be respectful. Tenemos que ser respetuosos. Okay. So examples. Listen to them. Escucharlos. Respond with respectful language. Responder con lenguaje respetuoso. Like that kid I kicked out, he wasn't very respectful. Él no era muy respetuoso, el muchacho que lo saqué. Use everyone's correct pronouns. Usa sus pronombres correctos. Communication. He, her, they, them. Usan los nombres correctos. Él, ella, ellos. Don't assume anyone's identity. No asumir la identidad. They're a boy, they need to be a boy. Ellos son hombres, tienen que ser hombres. No. Don't judge, no juzgar. Don't label. No etiquetes. They're faggot. No. No, 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 no. Ellos son una mala palabra que son gay. No quiero decir la palabra, porque se oye muy fuerte en español. So I was just saying that in Spanish, there's a very bad word for that. And it sounds really wrong. So don't label, guys. Don't ever label. Don't ever assume somebody is like that because the way they look, the way they act, or you're just, maybe, maybe not. No, talk to them. And if they tell you something, stick with that. Habla con ellos y si cuando te digan, nomás confíales que son así, porque ellos te dijeron, okay? And notice feeling defensive. Nota cuando te sientes defensivo. Ellos se defienden. Okay? So, let's continue. We're almost done. There is so much diversity in our world. Everybody is different. We're all equal. We're all human. Todos somos iguales en este mundo. Todos somos somos humanos. Okay? We're blood and bones. Todos somos de sangre y hueso. How can we make sure everybody feels safe and respected at our school? ¿Cómo podemos asegurar que todos se sienten seguros y respetuosos en nuestra escuela? So don't make fun of people, no bullying. No juzguen a la gente. No les hagan burla. Okay? This is something we should have been talking in class. Esto es algo que estuviéramos hablando en la escuela, en la clase ahorita. Pero don't bully, don't make fun of them like, ha, 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 you beep, 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 you this, you that. No les digan palabras ofensivas en la escuela, okay? Start a conversation with trusted adult in your life. If you want to know more of these, talk with somebody you trust. Si quieres hablar más de esto, habla con alguien que confías. Okay? And again, remember, not everybody feels the same. Todos no se sienten iguales. So, por favor, respeto. Si no le gustan, nomás calladitos. If you don't like it, just keep your mouth shut and just don't say anything. They don't hurt you. Okay? How do you express your gender identity when you were in high school? Gender expression. ¿Cómo te identificas en la high school, en la escuela? Okay, I'm just gonna go through it. Okay, so again, I repeat, LGBTQ community are people too. We're just like other people. Las personas que son de diferentes, somos humanos, somos como ustedes. Okay? We are all equal, regardless. Todos somos iguales. Race, la raza, color, el color, language, lenguaje que hablas, sexual orientation, cuál es tu orientación sexual, and disabilities, deshabilidades. Okay? But remember, you are not alone. Okay? All right, guys. So if you have questions, make sure that page is open. And that's it for me. And next time we will talk about consent and decision-making. La otra vamos a hablar de conciencia, así como it's basically when your partner wants to do something, yes or no. Okay? Decision-making. Discuss sexual decision-making, an overview of sexual behavior and their risk for STDs. Okay? Vamos a hablar de las enfermedades sexuales. And remember, guys, self-care, okay? So try a new hobby, go on a nature walk. Nature walks, go to nature, go swimming. It's really good for you, okay? And that's it. That's it for me. I'm gonna post a homework. It's very easy. Basically, just read the questions and answer them. Okay, just what are one or two more things that will probably fall under personal identities. Para los que hablan español, nomás agarren la palabra, la pregunta, copéenla y póngale en Google Translate, okay? Son nomás preguntas fáciles. And here's some information, aquí un poco de información. So para los que hablan español, make sure to translate it, okay? They're just easy questions.